Clear!
Well, would you believe it, just a few minutes ago, it was completely sunny. By minutes ago, it's probably like 45. 45 is minutes, right? Anyway, this cloud cover rolled in, and yeah, it's just high enough that we can't go play in it. I was kind of hoping that the clouds would be just a little bit lower, and we'd be able to go play in them. So, in Canada, the rule is, if the clouds are less than 1,000 feet off the ground, your only separation requirement is don't touch them, don't go into the cloud. But if they're above 1,000 feet off the ground, then you have to stay 500 feet 500 feet vertically and 2,000 feet horizontally. So we can't really get into the clouds and have some fun, but that's okay. We'll go over here where there's a little bit of sun, and we'll just kind of play around in the fields, I guess, a little bit. As you can see, it snowed. Not quite enough yet for skis. I can still see, oh, deer, whole bunch of deer down there. I can still see the ground through the snow, so we don't have nearly enough of a base to go flying off skis, but it makes everything look pretty, I guess, just in time for New Year's. It's definitely 2024 now, and we did not have the snow for Christmas, so it was not a white Christmas for us, but that's okay. Still a good Christmas. One of the interesting things about flying low level in the wintertime is that if you don't have good sun, like if it's cloudy, you get no contrast, and you can't really tell if there's a little hill or not. You can fly smack right into things. There is not very much sunlight in this area right now. We've got this little patch here, which is good because this is one of my favorite fields to fly through. Yeah, we're going to kind of be limited here a little bit unless we go up higher and go do something else. I don't know what else to do. I just want to go flying because it was nice out. I could probably do a touch and go on one of these farm roads. We didn't get enough snow that I wouldn't be able to touch down on wheels. I was out flying the other day. I didn't have the cameras running, but I landed here and parked the plane right here beside this ditch and got out and checked out the beaver dam. There's a, well, beaver lodge, I guess. The dam's gone. They cleared it out with an excavator. But there's the remains of a beaver lodge there, and just kind of played around there a little bit, checking out the local geography, if you will. One of my favorite passes right here. Used to do this in the Beaver all the time. I'm sure I still will when I have the Beaver out, but it's really fun in the Zenith. Everything's just a little bit faster. Oh, I said I might do a touch and go, didn't I? I guess I should do that if I'm gonna. We'll do it on this one right here. Kind of see some tire tracks there. Gives me an idea of the depth of the snow. Like 2 inches maybe 3. Nothing to be concerned with, that's for sure. They'll be confused to see tire tracks out here with that start and end without without going anywhere. Well, there's a big hole here. There's nothing stopping me from climbing up through it. Why don't we go check out what it looks like on top of the clouds? So what I need to be able to do is remain in visual contact with the surface. This hole is big enough that I can do that. I'll need to stay 2,000 feet away from these clouds as I climb through, but I think that'll be easy to do. This hole is huge. And then once I get on top, I'll note the cloud altitude, and then I'll just go 500 feet above that, and then I'll remain legal for my separation purposes of the clouds. So it looks like the cloud tops are at 3,200, so I'll go up to 3,700, and that'll keep me legal. I might as well just go to 4,000, close enough to 4,000. This is something you have to be really careful of. Make sure that your hole stays where it stays. There's 37, so we're legal there. If that hole closes up, I'm in trouble, right? So I got to keep a good close eye on that, and I have to maintain my visual reference with the ground. I can't go fly over the clouds without being able to see the ground. Those are the rules for VFR flying. But as you can see in front of me, I got a huge hole. And behind me, you can't see it, but I can. There's a huge hole back there too, so we are good. So yeah, it's pretty up here. It's also windy up here. I can see my drift from from way up here. Wind is coming this way and rapidly. I don't think I've ever seen my glide ring that big before. Very cool. Well, I can see the ground through that hole over there. I think we're just going to skip over to that hole and drop down through that one. Because why not? I've got visual reference with the ground all the way across, so we're good. And that opens up into a nice big hole that we can drop down in on the other side. Well, there's no sense in not doing a few wing overs as we go down, is there? Oh, there's Tim's right underneath. I know they're not really wing overs. Sort of like just steep falling turns, I guess. I find I have to keep some back pressure on the stick to stop the plane from accelerating so quickly. It's a pretty unaerodynamic plane, but its VNE is also quite slow, so you got to be careful not to overspeed. I mean, I wasn't even getting close, but I don't like to play with those limits. Bet you the tail cam's got a great view of that.
Traffic advisory in the Grand Falls area. This is Rob, helicopter, Charlie Golf, Hotel November. Approximately 10 miles to the southeast at 2,200 feet inbound for the town of Grand Falls. Conflicting traffic. It's Hotel November, Grand Falls.
No conflict for us. I don't see anybody around. I guess we'll go again. Well, that was just a quick flight to show you the snow cover and go up above the clouds and do a little low-level flying, just kind of buzz around, have some fun. So I think I'm going to head back to the airport now. Go find some supper. I don't know why I'm talking to that camera. I should be talking to this camera. I'm used to being in the Beaver. Last video was in the Beaver, right? So I've got to turn and look at the strut cam to talk to you. Woodstock traffic, Mike Echo Mike crossing midfield. We'll be joining downwind runway 31, full stop Woodstock. Woodstock traffic, Mike Echo Mike, downwind runway 31, full stop Woodstock. Alright, can I glide it in from here? Woodstock traffic, Mike Echo Mike, turning final 3-1, full stop, Woodstock. I'm going to leave the flaps right where they are, because it looks like we are probably just a touch short. So, how do you fix that? You drop the nose, pick up some airspeed. Airspeed is ground speed, which means you'll cover the ground faster. Most people think that means you're going to hit the ground sooner, and to an extent, depending on how much of the angle there is, you can. But it can also extend it just enough to get you to where you want to be. Just like that. Woodstock traffic, Mike Echo Mike, backtracking 3-1, Woodstock. I think I'm happy with that. Made the runway, didn't use my throttle. Alright, you're there. I was gonna look at the strut cam again. Woodstock traffic, Mike Echo Mike, clear, runway 3-1, Woodstock. Alrighty, that was fun. We'll see you next time.